Hey guys, it's me Kiana and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, we are going to be doing my wrap up and currently reading. Okay, so we're going to start with what I'm currently reading, and I'm currently about halfway through The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. This is the third book in the Heir of Folk trilogy. The first book being, of course, The Clockwork Prince, the second being The Wicked King, and the third being, of course, The Queen of Nothing. I'm absolutely loving this, and I need to finish it. I just haven't been able to finish it because of work, but I do plan on, after editing and uploading this video, I do plan on sitting down and hopefully trying to finish this. But yes, I'm currently reading this halfway through. Plan on finish it within the next day or two because I have the next 2 days off. So for those who don't know how I do my wrap-ups, I do my wrap-ups in the order of how I read my books. I don't do it by like my lowest to highest rating. I do it in the order that I read it. In the month of November, I ended up reading 5 books, which is not a lot. I wanted to hit 6. I really thought I could have finished The Queen of Nothing before the month ended, but I couldn't. So let's jump ahead and talk about these 5 books that I have read. Some I enjoyed, some I really loved, and then there was just one that was no. So the first book I ended up finishing this month was Arusha and the Song of Death by Roshni Chatsky. This is book 2 in the Pandava series, and in the first book, Arusha, and the Arusha and the End of Time is the first book. We meet, I believe she's a 6th or 7th grader named Arusha, and she's known for lying. And over Thanksgiving break, 3 of these popular kids from her class comes to the museum where her mom lives/works at, and says, if you don't wake the sleeper that's in this, we're basically gonna post this video and show everyone back at school that you're a liar. So she rubs a magical lamp and sends off the sleeper, and she meets this other girl named Mimi, and they find out that they're the reincarnated spirit of 2 of the Pandava brothers, and they must now go on this quest to basically stop the sleeper from freezing people and ending time. I absolutely love that book. This book takes place a couple of weeks or like a month or 2 after the ending of the first book, and we meet another Pandava sister, and we also meet the Pandava brothers' wife, you know, the reincarnated spirit. I absolutely enjoyed this. I listened to this on audiobook. I like the audiobooks better than like physically reading them, which is sad, but I did enjoy this, and this was a 4 out of 5 stars for me. The second book I read was to continue on with my reread for this trilogy because, you know, the sequel comes out very, very soon, and that is Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. This is book 2 in the Infernal Device trilogy. In the first book, we meet a mortal, Tessa Gray, and she is brought from New York to London to go live with her brother. But in the first book, she is kidnapped by these 2 warlock sisters known as the Black Sisters, because Tessa is not human. She is either half demon, half human, or half demon, half something. And she is able, like, say she holds on to my glasses or something very personal to you, like a button in your dress. She is able to turn into you, and she can access your memories and all of that. She is rescued by the Shadow Hunters and thrown into the life of the Shadow Hunters because an evil man known as the My Jester is after her, and they need to figure out why. When I first read this trilogy back in the summer of 2017, I absolutely adored it, and I cannot wait for the sequel that is going to come out. I believe it's either in January or March, I can't remember, but this was, of course, a 5 out of 5 stars. And then a book I was honestly waiting for it to come out. I finally read it. I read Rebel by Marie Lu. This is the 4th and hopefully final book in the Legend series. This takes place about 10 years after the ending of Champion, which is the 3rd book. And in the first series, we follow 2 characters, Day and June. Day is the most wanted criminal in the Republic of America, and June is the most like respected and prodigy student/soldier. And June in the first 3 books gets tasked with finding Day because Day is accused of murdering June's only living relative, her older brother. And, you know, shit pursues. Now 10 years later, we follow Day again, but he's going as his real name Daniel, and we follow his little brother. It is 10 years after the ending of Champion, and they're living in Antarctica, and basically it is now up to Day and June to save Aiden because he is drawn into the Undercity, the life that Day like took him away from and all of that. I began reading this physically, didn't like it, so I ended up listening to it audible, and oh my god, it was amazing. I love this. I love the brother. you know, relationship. I love the romantic relationship in this as well, and this was just 5 out of 5 stars. Can we just talk about how gorgeous this book is? The side, you know, and then the back, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then this is actually like like a print right there on the front, and it's just, this book is gorgeous. I absolutely love this. Like I said, this was a 5 out of 5 stars. The 4th book I read, I was actually sent by the publisher company in exchange for a free and honest review. So be on the lookout in about a week or 2 for my review of this book. But I read The Crown of Oswald by D.E. Knight. This is book 1, and I don't know how many books. But but in this book, we follow a girl named Ivy Lovely, and for 16 years, she has worked as a maid in a castle. And then one day, she crosses the border, and now she finds someone like from a magical school finds her and tells her, oh, you know, you can come, you can be like basically like a skivvus. It's like a magical assistant to the royals. But then she finds out, you know, someone's after her. She can see someone that's supposed to be dead and forgotten. In her classes, she goes places other people can't go. She remembers this person who's supposed to be dead, like she can remember his name and all of that. The concept of this book was very, very interesting. But it took way too long to get invested in it in the beginning. The middle was my favorite, and then they rushed the ending, which pissed me off. So I ended up giving this a 3 out of 5 stars. My personal review of this book will be going up very, very soon. But yes, 3 out of 5 stars. Did not enjoy it that much. And then the 5th and final book I read, I did a reread, so I can, of course, move on to the next book. And I ended up rereading The Wicked King by Holly Black. This is book 2 in the Heir of Folk trilogy. And this is, of course, the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. That it's the black cover. And then when you open it up, it's that. And this is the 2nd book. And in the 1st book, The Clockwork Prince, we are introduced to 2 twin sisters, Jude and Taryn Durante, I believe that's how you say their last name. And when they're 7 years old, their mother and father are killed by their older half-sister Vivian's father, Maddox, who is a fairy. And then because Maddox killed her mother and her father, he now takes his daughter and her 2 half-sisters into the world of Fae because, as he said, he killed their parents. Now they are his ward, his responsibility, and they grow up in the world of Fae. But they are not accepted because the Fae treat humans like garbage. And in the 1st book, Jude is basically like tormented by Prince Cardan, who is one of the princes of the royal family. But Prince Cardan's older brother, Prince Darren, takes Jude in under her wing because humans can lie, Fae can't. And he takes Jude as one of his spies to basically help make sure his coronation goes very smoothly. But of course, in the world of Fae, nothing ever goes smoothly. So The Wicked King takes place 5.5 months after the ending of The Clockwork Prince. It's now Jude somehow got Cardan on the throne. She is the reason for everything. But now a war is brewing between the sea and the land. And I forgot so much that happened in this book. I remember who betrayed who, but I don't remember. And I remember the ending. But like the shit in between, I did not. I absolutely love this. When I first read it, I didn't tab it up. Much like when I'm now reading The Queen of Nothing, I'm not going to tab it until my 2nd read through, but I didn't end up tabbing it. I absolutely love this as much as I love the 1st book, and this was, of course, a 5 out of 5 stars. So those were the 5 books I read in the month of November, plus the 1 book I am currently reading. I need to read like 11 books to complete my Goodreads goal, but I'm most likely not going to meet my goal for this year, which makes me really sad. But I started working and I have a lot more hours, so I don't blame myself. I'm going to be leaving here 2 videos I honestly feel you guys should go check out. I try my hardest to upload Mondays and Thursdays, and I will see you guys very, very soon with my December TBR. Bye, guys.